I found out about my wife's affair during her heart attack. My wife Rachel and I have been married for 10 years. We met in college, hit it off instantly, and got married a couple of years after graduation. We've had a good life together, or so I thought. We have 2 wonderful kids, a nice home, and a stable life. Rachel has always been the center of my world, and I believed I was hers. Last Friday, everything changed. Rachel had been complaining about chest pains for a few days, but she brushed it off as stress from work. I urged her to see a doctor, but she kept putting it off. That night, we were having dinner when she suddenly clutched her chest and collapsed. I freaked out and called 911 immediately. The ambulance came quickly and we rushed to the hospital. The doctors confirmed it was a heart attack. I was beside myself with worry, but they assured me she was stable and they'd be running some tests. While sitting in the waiting room, her phone, which she'd dropped in the chaos, buzzed on the seat next to me. Without thinking, I picked it up. A message had popped up from a guy named Mike. I'd never heard her mention a Mike before. The preview of the message read, "Can't wait to see you again. Last night was amazing." My heart dropped. I knew I shouldn't, but I unlocked her phone and started reading through their messages. There were hundreds of them, going back months. Explicit texts, plans to meet up, and even pictures. It was clear they were having an affair. I felt like I'd been punched in the gut. The woman I loved, the mother of my children, had been lying to me. My hands were shaking as I put the phone down. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. The pain of her betrayal was almost unbearable. I sat there trying to process everything. A nurse came out to update me on Rachel's condition. She was stable but would need surgery. I nodded, numb, and they let me in to see her. Seeing her lying there, pale and vulnerable, made my heart ache. Despite everything, I still loved her. Over the next few days, I stayed by her side as much as I could. The kids were with my parents, so I had time to think. I knew I needed to confront Rachel, but I didn't want to do it while she was so vulnerable. I also didn't know how I'd even start that conversation. My mind was a whirlwind of anger, hurt, and confusion. When Rachel finally woke up after her surgery, she was groggy but alert. She looked at me with tears in her eyes and said, "I'm so sorry for scaring you." I couldn't hold it in anymore. "Rachel," I said, trying to keep my voice steady, "who is Mike?" Her face went pale, and she started to cry. She admitted everything. She'd been seeing Mike for about 6 months. They met at a work conference, and things escalated from there. She said she never meant for it to go so far, that she loved me and the kids, and she begged for my forgiveness. I felt so many things in that moment: anger, betrayal, sadness, but I also felt a sense of relief. The truth was out and we could finally address it. I told her I needed time to think and that we'd talk more when she was feeling better. It's been a few days since then, and I'm still not sure what to do. Part of me wants to forgive her for the sake of our family, but another part of me feels like I can't trust her again. I'm lost. I love her, but I don't know if our marriage can survive this.